I am here with Tony Budrovich, President and CEO of the LA Parks Foundation. Our firm led the search that placed Tony at the Parks Foundation about a year and a half ago, June of 2023. Welcome, Tony. For those that may not know, can you tell us a little bit about the LA Parks Foundation and what the foundation does?
Sure, Ben, and good to see you. The Los Angeles Parks Foundation is an organization that's 16 years old, so not real old, but well established in the Los Angeles community. And our principal reason for existence was people were hoping to do more in the field of recreation, realizing that city budgets come and go, and yet the programs and kids that grow up in neighborhoods are always there. We enhance playgrounds, we bring new programs to the parks, we maybe replace a swing set at one, maybe we do something as big as the gymnasium at another. We also help in open space. There's a lot of hiking trails that just don't get the care and attention necessary. And one of the things that we've done more big time lately is grow native plants. So we're growing 4,000 to 6,000 native plants just to donate them to the parks, so that as the world gets hotter and drier, we have a way to keep parks green, but also to remind people of the native habitat that brings the birds, the bees, and the little critters back to the parks. So there's more learning than just a simple swing set.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, thank you for that. So you've been with the foundation for about a year and a half. For you, how are things going so far, and what's coming up next for the foundation?
Well, I was very happy that we had a great team. So when you walk in the door, you always worry about that. It was a small team, though, 5 other members besides myself. So it was understanding that there are differences in how you manage when you move from a larger organization to smaller. It was a matter of a lot more cohesive decision making. We speak as a group a little bit more here. We never know who's going to take the lead on a project because, again, when there's only 5 people, everyone's always busy. But it also sort of tunes your skills to be more open and creative than maybe you are when you have that typical hierarchy of a larger organization. So I've really enjoyed it. And the biggest thing is just there are 500 parks in Los Angeles. We try to help all of those parks. And when you only have 5 people, that's more than you can do. So we try to be strategic and try to worry about equity and do little things. And sometimes we're directed by a donor. A donor may want to do something at a specific park or in a certain area or for a certain reason. And that's a starting point. Or we look for donors to help the parks that need it most.
That's great. Well, so you mentioned the transition from a larger organization to a smaller, and you've been with back to back now with the Science Center and Catalina Island Conservancy. You've been with 2 larger organizations now moving to the Parks Foundation. If you had, the ability to give some advice to other executives that may be going through similar transitions, so whether it be I will say nonprofit, but nonprofit leaders coming from large organizations now going into a smaller one like the Parks Foundation with 5 employees, any advice that you might give them on how to navigate that?
Yeah, I'd say the first things that I found the most value from was introducing maybe some newer systems. Small organizations are a little slower to sort of catch up to technology, and I've upgraded our development software. I've definitely done our bill processing, all electronic, and it's now paperless. What in turn that was, it was a very big and difficult project to start, but now we're saving 50% of the time we used to save, or we need to save. And so it makes a small crew able to do more. It also brings us up to sort of modern technology and has better control. So the good thing is infrastructure was probably my first steps. And then infrastructure allowed me to meet sort of our donor pool and our stakeholders so that I can get into that after I had sort of the infrastructure of the facility running. And it would have continued to run the old way. It just would have been less work would have gotten accomplished.
Oh, thank you for that. Well, thank you, Tony. I really appreciate the time today, and it's been great catching up. And I wish you and the Parks Foundation all the best for continued success. Thanks again.
Thank you, Ben. Great to see you.
You too.